Two losses. The Champions League game against PSG and a 4-1 humiliation against Sevilla. For any other club, they will be sounding the alarm. But in this Barca, there is a surprising, almost eerie sense of calm. This is FC Barcelona Central, a place where I bring you daily Barca episodes. And let's get right into it because the coach and the coach and the club are not panicking at all. In fact, they view this 2 weeks international break not as a crisis, but as a strategic opportunity. In this episode, I'm going to break down exactly why the board is taken by Hansi Flick, the vital trio player who is set to return to save the season, and why the road to El Clásico is more important than just points. Plus, I'm going to take a look into the sudden Ansu Fati resurgence revival in Monaco. Despite the back-to-back losses against PSG and Sevilla, the lights for the alarm have not been switched on. President Joan Laporta and the board has absolute confidence in Hansi Flick. Laporta reportedly met with Flick immediately on a flight back from Sevilla to express his unwavering support. The club believes that he will revert this situation in a very short time, just as the team managed to navigate a similar situation last season. The current run of games is seen as absolute normal. At this stage of the campaign, mirroring last year's early setbacks in both La Liga and Europe, the message from management is clear. Maintain tranquility because the season is long, and the team will definitely compete for all titles. Flick also was upset for the result, obviously, but he's already using this defeat, especially the extreme nature of a 4-1 loss, as fuel. He believes this pain will push the team through the rest of the year. The coach has identified the core problems in these past 2 games: individual performances and collective errors, particularly in pressuring and also the defensive structure. The 2 weeks will be used to work on adjustments needed to make a Barca much more solvent and reliable unit moving forward. I'm pretty sure, and such as I did, he loved the fighting spirit that the team had in the second half against Sevilla, but did not love the second half performance against Paris Saint-Germain. And Flick's confidence is gaining steam by the imminent return of 3 critical players that can significantly improve our attacking: Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Fermín López. The goal is for all these 3 players to be available for the next match, the Catalan Derby against Girona FC on Saturday, October 18. Fermín López is practically confirmed. He's already integrated into parts of the training. His return from a minor muscle injury will immediately bring the depth and competition in the attacking midfielder side, a position currently coveted by Dani Olmo like 90% of the time. We definitely need Fermín's goals, passes, but definitely the goals. Number 2, Rafinha, who is right on track. His recovery from a right thigh injury was kind of timely perfectly. I know you don't time these things, but the 3 weeks that it takes to complete this type of injury is perfectly fit for the Girona match. It is also crucial that he's not traveling with the to Brazil for the Brazilian national team, so he can get a full weeks of training and in condition for his injury. And the most important one is Lamine Yamal, which is the biggest question mark, but also the biggest potential boost. Flick himself admitted that the nature of his injury makes it difficult to predict a return. I've heard 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but I think everybody wants to prioritize 100% recovery. The optimism at training seems pretty high that he can be featured against Girona, most likely on the second half, but just enough so he can get minutes to be 100% fit for the Importante Clásico. And speaking about El Clásico, the 3 matches following this break are Girona, Olympiacos, and Real Madrid. Represent a vital sequence here. The first 2 games against Girona and Olympiacos are seen as a perfect opportunities to win confidence. They are unnecessary, games to use as confident boosters for the main event, El Clásico at the Santiago Bernabéu on October 26th. While this is not like a mathematically decisive game, the emotional and psychological weight of this match is superb. The club views this as a chance to hit the table and prove that we are real title contenders, much like we did in crucial matches against Real Madrid last season. But the last part of this video, I need to talk about Ansu Fati and how he is experiencing a brilliant resurgence on loan at Monaco, thanks largely in part by a strict plan implemented by the current coach Adi Uter. Uter personally convinced Ansu to join him, offer him a tailored program, just for his recovery. We know Ansu Fati was a little bit, and it still is a little bit of an injury prone. So this recovery, this physicality, this type of training tailored to Ansu Fati's history has been very impressive. And he's been scored twice recently and playing with renewed confidence, and it's really good to see. However, the coach is now rumored to be on the verge of being sacked due to terrible loss in the Champions League game recently. And just think about this. If the coach is Ansu Fati's main advocate and he leaves, maybe that could halt the tremendous progression that he had. A new manager who didn't fight for him, who might not prioritize his playing time or maintaining his physical condition. I don't know. For Ansu Fati, this uncertainty couldn't come at a worse time. Just when he looks really, really good right now. He's looking like his own self, coming in and scoring right away, taking command of the game. This international break is key. It's time for physical recovery, tactical adjustments, and the integration of our starters. The management and the board seems to be calm. Flick is focused, and the three stars are ready to reignite the season. The question still remains: will these 2 weeks will be enough time for some magical thing that Flick can do to also integrating the new starters? Are any of these players going to get hurt in the international break? I'm going to have a few more videos about that later on this week. But we're going to find out next time. Same channel, same time. I'll speak to you then. Visca Barça.